Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Dan Fleischman with LifeForce Chiropractic. Let's talk about x-rays. Why in the world should you or should you not get x-rays? Now that's a kind of a controversial topic at times because a lot of people come in, they go, hey doc, I know what's wrong with me. I don't need x-rays. Just adjust me. Just pop me. Well, okay. There are docs that will do that, and that's fine. But the vast majority of cases, I do prefer to x-ray. Why? Because just like with anything else, knowledge is power. I wouldn't expect to go to a dentist and say, hey doc, I've got a pain in my tooth. Just start drilling away. You don't need x-rays. You don't need any imaging. Just start hammering away. No, that's not a wise thing to do. You wouldn't want that done on your teeth. That makes no sense. Or if someone's going to a surgeon, go, just do your best. We don't need any imaging. Don't waste your time with an MRI or any other, studies. Just start cutting away. You're a surgeon, you know what you're doing. Just kind of poke around and feel around in there. I'm sure you'll get it. You don't need the imaging. Or if you're going to go to any other healthcare provider, come on, you wouldn't handcuff them, you wouldn't handicap them by saying, oh no, I don't need these particular diagnostic tests in order to be able to make an accurate assessment of what's going on. It makes no sense. So chiropractic is the same way. Look, when a patient comes into my office and they say, hey, I don't want x-rays, either there's a couple things that I feel as a professional are going on. Either A, they're really kind of ignorant as to what's going on in their body and they think that they know, or they're trying to hide something and trying to pull one over and saying, hey, go ahead, just adjust me and don't get all the information you need. And then that's not good for anybody. Look, okay, so people go through accidents, falls, injuries. It can start as early as the birth process. It can start as early as being pulled out of your mom, essentially, because there's a lot of torque that's placed on the neck. So once that's done, let's say you get out of that unscathed and you're not torqued and everything's fine, great. How many of us learning how to walk, we fall? We stand up, we start stumbling around, and we fall on our bottom. Okay, well that may or may not provoke an injury. We may or may not know. How do you know unless you get checked? And then as you get older, you have bicycles and tricycles and skateboards and ice skates and roller skates and dance classes and football, and the list goes on and on and on. Okay, and then as we get older, we start getting into car accidents, many folks. I know I've been in several car accidents. Now, just because it might be a minor fender bender doesn't mean that there wasn't trauma done to your body. See, especially with certain low impact accidents, you may actually have sustained more injury than you realize because the way today's cars are designed, they're designed to crumble on impact. So if there's not much damage to the vehicle, that means physically you probably received the brunt of the injuries because the car didn't. It didn't do what it was designed to do. So as taking x-rays, I'm looking for several things. Now, when we look at this, we look at the models of the spine. We look at normal, textbook normal, which is where we would love to see, each and everybody. And then we go into phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Now, each of the phases are significant in their own way. Phase 1 is a straightening of the spine and or reduction of the disc space, and you might even see, if there are more than 2 vertebrae here, a reversal of the curve. And that can be really bad because you don't want to reverse the curve of the neck. That's like trying to straighten or reverse a curve of a banana. That's not good. Your nervous system is delicate. So the curve of the neck is important, going in the right direction, not having it straight. Many people have straight necks or military necks, and that puts tension on the spinal cord. If this is left uncorrected, it can go into phase 2, which is arthritis or decay and rubbing and wearing down of the joint space. That's not good either, because then people can get things like disc herniations or disc protrusions, and that can start compromising the nerves, and you can see how this starts really looking ugly, and we want to stop that from it getting any worse and going down the line and into this, which is phase 3, and which is fusion and permanent damage. And yes, you guessed it. If it's permanent, that means it's permanent. You're not going to reverse it. But we want to be able to possibly adjust above and below that segment so it doesn't spread up the spine, because what happens is when you have an imbalance such as that, excuse my back for a second while I grab this tool, you want the spine to be moving and flexible such as this, but when you have fusions, when you have areas of misalignment that don't move, you're going to create an imbalance which creates more stress and strain in the areas that should be moving properly. So I want to get this area adjusted so everything moves appropriately, but obviously it's not going to move if it's fused. That's permanent. So we don't want you getting there. And I need to be able to see where you are on X-ray as to what phase of degeneration you are or you're not in. See, X-rays is the one diagnostic tool that allows me to analyze your spine appropriately so I know what adjusting method is going to be right for you. And that's critical. Just like with any healthcare provider, you want them to be able to utilize the proper diagnostic tools in your particular case to give you the best possible outcome that you can achieve. If you'd like to get a complimentary consultation, come visit us at lifeforcechiro.net, schedule a no obligation appointment, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.